This isn't just another week in tech news, not by a long shot. What we're watching unfold right now is a truly pivotal moment. It feels like the future of artificial intelligence is being fought for on three completely different and absolutely critical fronts, all at once.
So that's the big question, right? How is this all being decided? Well, the answers are popping up as we speak. Because the future of AI, it isn't being hashed out in some far-off boardroom. It's happening right now in massive financial deals, intense courtroom dramas, and in these huge geopolitical showdowns. And the story of this week really breaks down into three fascinating pieces. First, you've got a massive $20 billion bet on the actual physical hardware of AI. Then, there's a handwritten diary entry that could totally reshape the most powerful company in the industry. And finally, a mysterious two-word message that signals a new global challenger is stepping into the ring.
Okay, let's dive into that first front, the battle for compute. It's actually pretty simple when you think about it. Before an AI can have a soul or personality, it needs a body. And that body is built from silicon, from servers, and from these enormous data centers. I mean, just look at this number. This is the scale of the fight we are talking about. OpenAI has put over $20 billion on the table over the next 3 years for a partnership with a chip startup called Cerebras Systems. This is not just a shopping trip. It's a huge strategic bet on a very, very specific piece of the AI puzzle. So to get why they're doing this, you got to understand the difference between training and inference. Think of training as the school part. It's this massive, super energy-intensive process where an AI just learns and learns from these giant data sets. Right now, that's NVIDIA's kingdom. But inference, that's the real-world part. That's the moment you ask ChatGPT a question and it generates a response for you live. And that's where Cerebras comes in. And Cerebras is built for one thing and one thing only: pure speed. Their chips, which are specifically for inference, can pump out 3,000 tokens a second. That kind of raw power is exactly what OpenAI is betting all those billions on. But what does that number actually mean for you and me? Well, it's the difference between an AI that feels like it's slowly thinking about an answer and one that just instantly knows. It's what turns a clunky, delayed interaction into a totally seamless, real-time conversation. That user experience is literally everything, and OpenAI is paying a fortune to lock it down. And here's the crucial part. This goes way, way beyond a simple customer relationship. You see, OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, was already a personal investor, and now the company itself is getting a big equity stake in Cerebras and is helping fund its data centers. They're not just buying chips, they are strategically weaving themselves into the very fabric of their own future. So let's move to our next front. We're going from the physical hardware to, well, the philosophical soul of AI. This is a battle being fought not in a data center, but in a federal courthouse out in Oakland. We're just 7 days away. In 1 week, jury selection begins in the case of Elon Musk versus OpenAI. And at the heart of it all is this fundamental question: did OpenAI betray its original founding mission to benefit humanity, all in the pursuit of profit? And to really get the weight of this case, you have to look at the timeline. OpenAI starts as a nonprofit back in 2015. They don't switch to a for-profit model until 2019. But the key piece of evidence in this whole trial was written right in the middle of that period, back in 2017. This is the bombshell, this smoking gun. It's a handwritten diary entry from OpenAI's own president, Greg Brockman. In it, he writes that the idea of converting the company to a for-profit structure behind Musk's back was a lie and would be pretty morally bankrupt. I mean, wow. These aren't just accusations from the outside. These are the defendant's own words from years before the company became what it is today. And the stakes? They could not be higher. Musk is seeking $134 billion in damages. But here's the kicker. Not for himself. He wants it all to be sent back to OpenAI's original nonprofit arm. This whole thing is not just a corporate dispute anymore. It's a battle for the ethics and really the control of the world's most influential AI company. And that brings us to our third front, the global race. Because while Silicon Valley is busy fighting over hardware and ethics, a whole different kind of competition is heating up. One that's all about speed, national ambition, and a pretty mysterious new player. Just look at the insane pace of development coming out of China, just from Alibaba, and just this month. April 2nd, boom, new model for coding. A few days later, boom, a new open source model. Just now, they're previewing their next flagship model with a full product launch teased for just 2 days from now. It's relentless. And they're teasing this launch with 2 simple words: hello world. Now, for anyone in tech, that phrase is iconic. It's the first program you ever learned to write. It signifies the beginning of something totally new. So Alibaba is basically telling the world a major new chapter is about to start. But this isn't just about one company. We're also seeing other companies like DeepSeek building their AI models specifically for Huawei's chips. This is a huge, coordinated effort to build a sovereign Chinese AI stack, one that's completely independent of American tech like NVIDIA. This isn't just a race for the best AI anymore. It's a race for technological sovereignty. So you've got a war for hardware, a trial for the soul of AI, and a global race for dominance, all hitting the accelerator at the exact same time. It's an incredibly pivotal moment, and believe me, the next 7 days are absolutely packed. Okay, so here's what you need to have on your radar. Keep a close eye out for Alibaba's Hello World launch on April 22nd. Then, on the 27th, jury selection kicks off in that huge OpenAI trial. And sometime this week, or maybe next, we're expecting the release of DeepSeek's new model, the first one built from the ground up on China's own semiconductor tech. It all leads to this final, huge question. As these 3 fronts all converge, who actually wins the future? Is it the company that has the fastest chip, the one with the strongest legal and moral argument? Or is it the boldest new player coming in from a different corner of the globe? This week, we might just start to get an answer.